Roger Wicker from Mississippi. I want to thank our friends from the press for showing up today. I appreciate a free media in the United States. I defend the First Amendment, but I have to tell you that the mainstream media's coverage of S1 has been so frustrating. I turn on the TV and they say, today the Senate will have a hearing on legislation S1 to make it easier for Americans to vote. Well, who could be against a bill to make it easier to vote? But when we get into the details of this legislation, S1, and you go one by one and ask the American people, do they agree or disagree, then they begin to understand what's wrong with this bill. I got my driver's license here. I don't know how many times I've had to show this driver's license this week. I went to the doctor to get a shot. I had to show my ID. I flew from Washington, D.C., flew from Mississippi up to Washington, D.C. I have to show my ID. I've shown it dozens of times. You ask the American people, should states have a right? Should states have a right to ask for ID to show that the person voting is indeed who they say they are? The American people are overwhelmingly in favor of that. Ballot harvesting. Nobody knows what ballot harvesting is. It sounds like something gentle and nutritious. Ballot harvesting is allowing an individual, oftentimes a paid operative of one party or the other, to go out and collect ballots door to door, and they could even say, I'm here to collect Democratic ballots. I'll bring them in for you. You ask the American people what they think about that, what they think about one person having control of so many ballots with all the fraud that can happen there, and the American people are overwhelmingly against ballot harvesting when they're told what it is. So we're having a hearing today going chapter and verse about what this bill actually does and what it actually doesn't do. And if we can get that message out to the American people, they, I think, will be back to us as members of the Senate and say, reject this bill. Let states on an individual basis sort out the kind of voter fraud protections that we need. And when we do that, I think this bill will go down.
In China, the same thing. They never treated us that way, right? You saw what happened a few days ago. It was terrible. And the border's not good. The border is the worst anybody's ever seen it. And what you see now, multiply it times 10, Jim. You wouldn't know how to handle it. He's the only one I know that might handle the border tougher than me. We have to, and the tough is in the most humanitarian way, because that's what it is. What's happening to the kids, they're living in squalor. They are living like nobody has ever seen anybody. There's never been anything like what's happening. And you're going to have hundreds, and you have it now. They have the airplane photos, the shops, and they call them shops. And these things are showing thousands and thousands of people coming up from South America. And it's going to be, it's just, look, it's a disaster. It's a humanitarian disaster from their standpoint, and it's going to destroy the country. And frankly, the country can't afford it, because you're talking about massive, just incredibly massive amounts. Our school systems, our hospital systems, everything. So it's a rough thing. And I just say, do you miss me yet? We were saying we did get 75 million votes. Nobody's ever gotten that. They said, get 66 million votes, sir, and the election's over. Well, I got 75 million, and they said, but you know, you saw what happened. 10:30 in the evening, all of a sudden they said, that's a strange thing. Why are they closing up certain places, right? You know, a lot of things happening right now. I just wanted to say, it's an honor to be here. It's an honor to have you at Mar-a-Lago. You are a great and beautiful couple, and for many, many years, enjoyed your life. Thank you.